Wednesday, noon. Today is, what is it, May 14th. Come on in. We'll have a fun, primitive style craft idea for you. Hopefully, I can get you inspired. Whew, I've needed a little inspiration myself. I'm a hot mess. So come on in. We're going to sit back, have a little bit of a lunch hour crafting with our friends over in the Craft on the Clock group on Facebook. This is a special live streaming segment in that group. If you like watching live streaming crafting, have trouble finding it, head over to that group. We've got you covered pretty much every day, Monday through Friday in that group. And we can't wait to see you. Let me make sure that our stream is being posted over there in the group because we have lots of friends waiting over there. And I can't wait to see all of you today. And one more. Here we go. Right there. We're there. Come on in. Hey, Miss Cheryl. We are live streaming in Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So come on in here. I love to see you in both places. Who's getting ready? Who is ready for some primitive Americana? I gave you a few ideas. What was it? Week before last. We worked on some Americana themed ideas using some vintage items. If you missed that episode, the replay is available for you on my YouTube channel, My Sweet Home Living with Tracey. You can find that video replay there for you. Now today, I've got I think this is something that all creatives kind of deal with at some point. We have so many ideas at any given time that are running through our heads, but when it comes time to sit down and actually like dive in, we go blank. We're like panic mode. What am I going to do? What am I going to make? Well, that's kind of where I have been today. I'm like struggling, and I have all kinds of things lined out, all kinds of things. But it's like when it comes down to the last minute, we kind of hit a little bit of stage fright almost. I think that's kind of the only best way I can explain it. Hey, Miss Julie, Miss Esmeralda from Lovett's Garden. So happy to see you. I'm using one of Miss Esmeralda's fabrics today with my project. Now, listen, this is going to be a two-part project. And then the part two will be aired on Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Lord willing, I'll be here. Last Saturday, I had planned to go live, and I'm telling you, I did. Sorry about that. I did yard work on what was it, Thursday and Friday, and I'm telling you, my allergies, they were kicking my tail. Like, and they are still, if I can be outside for just a few minutes and I'm sneezing and my nose is just going crazy. We have tree pollen going everywhere here in Kentucky right now. So y'all come on in here. The star of the show today is this beautiful fabric piece from my sweet friend Esmeralda at Lovett's Garden. You guys, if you have not checked out Miss Esmeralda, please do. She has the most amazing items that just drool over. They are just amazing. I love her so much. Hey, Miss Teresa and Patty, hello from North Vernon, Indiana. I have not heard. I've heard of Mount Vernon, Indiana. Is that close or is that the same thing? I don't know. Let me know. And we may also be using some of these little fabric ribbon type pieces from my friend Lisa at Lisa Letters. I showed you all these last week. I revealed these on my last week's midweek check-in. I showed you all these. And so we're going to use them today. We're going to use them. And what we're going to use them on is this little set, this little box set from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby. Every once in a while, these do go on sale. Thank you, Miss Mary. Isn't it beautiful? I know. You have a piece of that fabric, Kimmery. Oh, I'm so excited for you. So excited for you. Well, I'm going to put it to good use. And we are going to be starting this, like I said, this is a two-part video series. And we are going to be making a primitive style Americana round box stack set. And we may even top it off with a candle. We'll see. But we're going to start with the biggest piece today. But this 3-piece set is from Hobby Lobby. Oh, let me tell you, it's called a paper mache tall round box set, 3-piece. We have a 3-inch, a 4-inch, and a 5-inch set. If you'd like to know the SKU number, I'll read that off for you, and you can catch it now or on the replay, either one. It's 1664291. Regular $3.99. So when it's on sale, just a couple of bucks, literally. Literally, just a couple of bucks. You can use your scrap fabrics. You can use printable paper. You can use tissue paper, wrapping paper, tea bags. I mean, you guys, this project is not going to cost you very much at all. So we're going to think outside of the boxes today, and we're going to create a beautiful little primitive Americana set. Oh, I'm just throwing stuff everywhere around here. That's okay. We're not going to actually use the smaller one today anyway. I didn't want to talk right in my microphone. It was right up there by my mouth. Okay. We are going to clear off the table here just a tiny bit because, you guys, I haven't even sat down at my crafting table the last time I crafted at this table. Was that horrible? It is. It's horrible. I'm telling you. It's horrible. I'm telling you, life is just busy, but I am bound and determined to get my honey in this chair more often. We're using nothing else but good old coffee podge today because all of Miss Esmeralda's and Miss Lisa's fabrics are already coffee stained for you. How about that? Isn't that amazing? So you don't even have to worry about coffee staining them. North Vernon is close to Madison and Columbus, Indiana. Okay. Sounds like you might be up more north than what I'm familiar with. I'm down just below the Ohio River. I'm right along the Ohio-Kentucky border. You found some small paper mache boxes at Dollar Tree. Perfect, Carol. Yes, I do think they have them there too. Cincinnati. Yes, Miss Julie, representing my Reds today. If you're a Reds fan, oh, we're struggling these days, y'all. We're struggling, but nonetheless, gotta support. Oh goodness, I'm telling you. Okay, let's have some fun. Let's see what we're gonna do with this fabric. I love this fabric, but here's the problem. It's not a problem, really, but I have to kind of think outside of the box when it comes to how I'm going to use it. There's different elements on this fabric that go different directions. So one might be right side up, the other one might be upside down, the other one might be facing left, the other one might be facing right. You get what I'm saying? So we kind of got to decide our best positioning for this before we cut. I do not want to cut this fabric until I know for sure that I have it in the right way that I want it and all the things. I do know, let me just show you. I do know that since this is a bigger piece, okay, here's the thing. Bigger versus smaller. When it comes to using patterns on items that are big, small, whatever, big items can take big prints. Small items need to take small prints. And I have a Vogel coming in. I'm telling you, Grand Central Station around here. So think about that when you're using your pattern pieces. I'm going to be using something that has a big element on this big piece, okay? So if you've ever created something you think that just doesn't quite look right, think about that and see if that could be a problem that maybe you're running into. So I know that I want to use some of the bigger elements on this bigger box. So on this, we have Washington, we have the 1776. Let's see, what else do we have? I think we have Lincoln. Yeah, we have Lincoln up here. That's kind of a big piece. Right there's another big piece. And then right here we have a big little element right there, a little banner there. So where do I want to trim and cut? And I want to say that I want my bigger pieces all kind of facing the same direction. I'm going to see about possibly doing it right here so that I can grab Lincoln right there. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Hey, Miss Lisa. I know it's like I hate to cut it. It's like so pretty. I don't want to cut any of it. Right? So let me just sample here. If I do that, will I get will I get something that looks purple? I think I can get two big elements of that print if I go right along this bottom section. Let's test it and see. Okay, here, let's stuff that in there. And let's see. This is what it would look like. We would get Lincoln, and we would also kind of get that what do you call that? Like the coat of arms? I don't know what you call that. The eagle, the flag, the armor. Let's see there. I kind of like that, although I will say this side doesn't have much on it except for music. This one has both right there together. So you know what I might do? I might do two different options here. Hang with me. Let's see if we can get George and Abraham on here. Now, wouldn't that be cool? I will have to cut two different pieces. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I know I want George on here, so let me just hold my breath. Snip right there. And we're going to rip. Maybe. Hang on. Maybe I didn't snip it good enough. Oh, that killed my soul. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to reuse it. I'm going to use it. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to cover half with a print that includes George Washington. Okay. Let me make a little snip here because I think this will go halfway around. Halfway. Let's see. Yes, that will be halfway. Let me measure this direction. I'm wanting my torn, tattered edges to show on this, okay? So around the bottom and the top rim, I am going to leave those tattered pieces visible, okay? I'm trying to be careful so that I don't over rip past what I'm going to use because I want to be careful and only rip exactly what I'm going to use. Okay. Okay, so here's one piece. All right. I like that. I like the combination of the music with George, even though the music's kind of upside down. What could I do? Let's just piece it, sort of like a little bit of a rag quilt. Let's do that. That way we can position it in the right direction so that everything will be going the right direction. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. So here's just a little snippet that includes a song. It looks like music sheets. Okay. I'm liking this. Are y'all liking this so far? Hang on. Let me hold it up. It will be pieced together. So sort of like that. That way we can change the positioning if we want to. Okay, so I need two more pieces. This will kind of make it a little bit easier, honestly. Where did Lincoln go? Did I? Did I? Oh, golly. Okay, no, he's here. He's just smaller. Okay, let's just piece this together. This is going to be sort of like putting together a puzzle. Okay. These images on this fabric are just perfect. And you know what I think we can do with this? This is going a totally different direction than what I thought it would go. I think what I'll do is I'll take the bigger images off of this fabric and I'm going to piece them together somewhat like that. And then whatever little gaps I have afterwards, I'm going to use some coordinating fabric to go in between. See what I'm saying? Okay, let's see here. I want this, I don't want to lose any of these beautiful graphics on here. So I think piecing it together like this is the best solution. And I'm kind of glad I stumbled into this idea this way. Okay, let's see what else. All right, let me stop and see what y'all are saying. Hey, Miss Laurie, how are you? Miss Pammy is watching. Um, Sherry is watching on the way to pick up lunch. Safe travels for you. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. We're going to start. Let's get the coffee pod action going. And I know I want to put this on really, really thin. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pieces that I know I want for sure, which is the George, the Abraham, this little music sheet, and this little snippet right here gives some good words I want to see on here. Let's see, freedom, War of 1812. And it gives lots of little snippets. I can't even read it all, but I like seeing that text right in there. And I like that big word freedom on there. So I'm going to start with these two pieces first, or not two, but these four pieces first. Let's put a real quick, light, real thin coat of the coffee podge on. You can use any kind of decoupage medium you want, okay? And remember, this is just the first round box in our stacked piece set. Part 2, we will work on Saturday morning, okay? And I think we'll probably be able to finish it because we will not be on any kind of a time restraint for that. But if you like watch live crafting, you guys need to head over to the Craft Around the Clock group if you're not already a part of that group. We have live craft shows all day long, Monday through Friday, and some amazing projects you will see live. We engage with you, so you can comment and get feedback right away as you're watching, ask questions, whatever you like to do. We love live crafting and we love getting to engage and interact with you. So check us out. If you're not familiar with this, check us out on Facebook. Just search Craft Round with an R, okay? There's no A in front of that round. It's just Craft Round the Clock. And if you request to join, there'll be a couple of membership questions that it will ask you. It'll prompt you to answer as you request to join. Be sure and answer all of those. That's just a quick, sure way that we can somehow prove that you're not, like a spammer or a troll, okay? It's not that we're using any of that information for or against you in any way. It just helps us to kind of weed out the buggers. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's I'm going to go tall, short, tall, short. That will help it to kind of even itself out too and look a little balanced. Oh, oh my gosh. Do you see how I'm not putting any of the coffee podge on that tethered edge? Because I want that worn, ragged look. Don't know if you can see that right there. See that little yumminess right there? Hey, Miss Pad. Hey, Miss Sandy. Glad y'all are here. Okay, so tall, short. Now let's go with the tall. That has music. I mean, make sure I'm gonna have room for Mr. Abraham on here. Okay, I'm breaking the design here just a little bit. Okay. Oh, you know what else I have to think of? This is going to go down over it slightly, so I don't want to put, yeah, I kind of put George's head up a little bit high. See, that rim is going to go down over him. I think that's okay, but for this next one, I need to make sure that he is not going to be chopped off at the top. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. If your little rim of your lid goes down, you'll want to make sure that it's not going to chop off any of your design. This is going to sort of be like a little patchwork design, I think. I do believe. Okay. I kind of want the two faces to be separated a little bit. I don't want them to be exactly side by side. I want to have a little bit of variation here. So let's go with the music. That's going to be too tall piece. Gosh darn it. I can't do it the way I want to do it. It's just going to have to be the way it is, I guess. It's just going to be the way it is. Okay. Get my little thread pieces. Now you want to make sure that you get this glued down pretty good, but you don't want to go so heavy with the Mod Podge that it completely soaks your fabric, because then you will have a ton of drying time to wait out. So just give it enough that it grabs that fabric and secures it down, but don't go so much that it just drowns it. Okay. All right, this last little section right here, and then we'll hold it up and see what our progress looks like. This coffee podge, by the way, will also give a little bit of coloration and definition character to your box because of the coffee stain and the cinnamon that is in it. But of course, there's always room to where you can add more. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? Hang on, let me show you. I'm going to scoot this down just a little. I kind of decided I want all that blue to go around the bottom. Okay. I mean, could we have planned that out any more perfect? Look, it meets up all the way around. Now I have these little blank areas up here that I can fill in with some coordinating pieces, and I think that's what we'll do. Let's see. What kind of, let's see here. Decisions. I kind of want, do I want to mix any red with this? I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm going to have to kind of design the top. Really, all that's going to show is this little section right here. So I think I need to keep it blue, because if I just added a little section of red right there, I don't think that it would look right. So I have this little piece right here that I could use just to kind of cover. I think that's what we'll do. I think that's what we'll do. Let's do it. Okay. Now let me trim this down a little bit. Love these little paper mache boxes. They are so inexpensive and just perfect for projects like this that are seasonal, because you can stack them together to store them. I'm telling you, love them. Love them, love them. Okay. That's upside down. I see the wording is upside down on that one. Okay. All right, let's add just a light coating. Let me see. I'm missing your comments. Hey, Miss Donna. Miss Teresa, Tanya, Jan, how are you? I've been missing you guys. Like I said, I'll be live again on a Saturday morning. We will finish up this little stacked box set. And Saturday morning at 8:30. Goodness, I should have made trim this a little bit. 8:30, we'll finish this sweet little set. Okay. Ah, I'm pulling out threads. It's sticking to my fingers. Let me get that off. Make sure that it sticks down good. Make sure my wording is facing the right direction. Press it down good. And one more little piece right here. It's not going to show when the lid is on. So all I just want to be sure that it's covered um, with something. It doesn't have to be anything um, perfect, but let's go right about there. My comments keep stopping on me. Reopen. Hey, Mary Lou, how are you? Susan is here. Esmeralda says, I used an old vintage grungy quilt to mine. I tore little pieces and placed in different sections. Oh, I bet that's so pretty. I bet that's so pretty. Yes, this little fabric would lend itself really well to a little quilted piece of something because you can kind of cut it in different pieces, different sizes and shapes, I guess, because of the different little designs on it. Okay, make sure I have that facing the right direction. No upside down. We did good. Look at there. And I love the little feathered, tattered edges on this. Okay, I'm just making sure that this little top piece is going to be a little tricky because, the lid is going to need to go over these. So you want to really make sure that the top around this is really kind of glued down pretty good. So just kind of go around and with your fingers just to kind of see if you have any loose sections. Give it a little bit of that coffee podge on there and then just give it a little bit extra press, okay? Um, the feathered edges are not going to show on this if you keep your lid on, so don't fret over that too much. Some of the little excess threads, I'm putting some coffee podge on and I'm folding them down and inside over that rim just so that it just is a little bit extra secure when we go to use the lid, that it doesn't pull off that fabric. Okay, now is that not pretty? Love that. And all that is a simple little paper mache box from Hobby Lobby. Now let's see the lid here. I kind of want to go with something that coordinates, but maybe a little bit different. Um, so here's my thought. Where did I do with that little fabric piece? I don't know if I want to go really different because all three of my boxes might be a little bit different. So let me kind of walk through this in my head and we'll see what we got going on as I'm peeling off the glue off of my skin here. I don't want to leave this on too much because that coffee pod is still a little wet. It'll glue that lid right on there if I'm not careful. Here's what I could do. I could paint this lid a solid color, or I could use a coordinating fabric. I could use the same fabric. I'm torn here. I have this really sweet. This would not be big enough to cover the full circle, so that's out of the question. I'm going to use this one at some point. This is another little fabric piece from Esmeralda. Absolutely love it. I feel like, let me see what y'all are saying because I trust your judgment here. um, oh goodness. Let me see. That's funny. Y'all are so funny. My comments are just not cooperating. I can see a few of them, but not all of them. Oh, goodness. What should I do? What should I do? Um, I've got a few minutes. I've got to decide. Paint the top and grunge it. That is a thought. Um, one of the thoughts that I had for the top is to make this sort of similar. Hold on. I've got all kinds of notifications popping up on here. Oh my goodness. These little mercantile jars that I created a couple months back, I painted them black with chalk paint, okay? And then cinnamon them, okay? I thought about sort of making this look like an old rusty tin. You know what I mean? I'm thinking because I'm going to have, let me hear me out here. I'm going to have three or a total of three coordinating pieces here. I want them to be slightly different, okay? I don't want them to be all the same. But if I use so many different colored fabrics and pieces, it's going to look like, I feel like it might look too busy. So I thought if I gave this the little blackened rust effect, that would make these feel like a rusted tin set. Hey, Miss Susie Lee, how are you? um, red with cinnamon, make it look like a drum. Now, I do have some drums, a drum that I created last year. I need to get it out. It's way up there on top of my little hutch. Um, you definitely could make it look like a drum. How about stenciling stars on the top with the ribbon on this? Ooh, Brenda, you've got me thinking here. Okay. So, like, I could give each little set red, white, blue lids with the little stars around the rim, kind of like I did the little stars on these little peat pot bells. What do you think about that? You like the rusted top idea? I do feel like I'm just kind of holding this up, picturing what this would look like with blue with stars or red with stars. And I really like that idea, but it's also giving me more patterns. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm going to already have so much of a pattern on the biggest portion of each little container. I feel like I need to keep it simple. A rusty top. I think we're going to go with a rusty top. Let's do it. Let's do it. And guess what? If we don't like it, we can always paint over it and or we can decoupage over it. You know, we're not locked in. So let's just go with it. Let's go with it. Now, granted, when we do this, it's going to look a little awkward because we don't have all three pieces together. I feel like we're going to have all three pieces put together in order for us to get the full effect. You know what I mean? So I think it might look a little awkward today, but I think in the end, oh, did I leave this on? Okay. I think it will work out. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your help. Sometimes we just have to talk it through, right? Get each other's ideas and talk it through, and then it helps us figure out what we want. Okay, so for the same little process, I'm going to scoot this over because I do not want to get any paint on this beautiful fabric. Okay, we're going to coat this with some black chalk paint. These little sponge brushes, I got like a really, really cheap set and they're almost too flimsy. They're not even sturdy enough to stand upright as I brush over surface. Okay, we're going to give a quick base coat here. And then we'll give it another quick coat and then sprinkle the cinnamon on while it's wet. This is hard to hold on to. Hard to hold on to. Pongo, what are you doing over there? Pongo. He can't hear me. I think he's losing some of his hearing. Are you hearing me? Sometimes he acts like he can hear and sometimes he doesn't. I don't know. He's going in for his regular doggy checkup pretty soon. I was gonna kind of ask the vet what her thoughts are, but I suspect that he's losing a little bit of his hearing. Or maybe he just has some kind of an ear thing going on. I don't know. He's not acted like his ears are bothering him, but he's never had any problems before, so I'm not sure. Okay, let's give this a quick dry. My comment. Oh, there they go. Selective hearing. I know, like, right? Like, that's would be typical, right? He always hears me though. He's he's my dog. He's my boy. And he always hears me. So now he's laying down, he's looking the opposite direction, and I just wonder. And he could be that he's tuning me out right now because he knows that I'm talking all the time right now, constantly. But if I say his name, I just wonder if he would perk up. Hey, Pongo, Pongo, I see you. I see you. He didn't listen to me the first time, but the second time he did. Hi, Miss Georgie, and how are you? We're giving this first coat a quick dry. I will say this paper mache coating, it wanted to kind of wrinkle up on me. You know how kind of like when you wet down paper, it kind of wants to wrinkle up. It wanted to wrinkle up on me at first, but when I applied this heat, it laid back down. So that's kind of good. I was worried there for a minute. And if it does, I'm okay with that. We're going for, that primitive, rusty, grungy look anyway. He's a sweet boy. Love him, love him, love him. He's 9. He's 9. Um, he will be 10 in November. Okay. One more quick coat. I didn't get around this bottom rim, and this probably would show, so let me give this a quick coat. And I will probably finish the inside of this jar, probably, or not jar. I said jar. I've got a whole stack of jars over there I need to be working on. I may be working on some items to have a live sale soon. I know I never have a live sale, y'all, but we have Craft 30 market days every other month, on every even month, in the Craft Around the Clock group. And we have one coming up for June. It's the first Friday of every even month. So June is month 6, so that's an even month, right? So I may have some items up for grabs on our next Craft 30 Market Day in the Craft Round the Clock group. Our live sales are so much fun, and we really have a good turnout for those. So if you're interested in buying some handmade pieces, or we have craft kits and wood kits and finished items, all kinds of things on those market days. So I think you would really like it. We're going to let that kind of dry. Let's do around the rim. Once it's dry, then you kind of smooth it out with your fingers, okay? But you got to let that paint underneath dry first. And then that gives you the smooth appearance of the rusty look. I'm still working on my croquettes, y'all. I haven't had much time this week or this weekend with Mother's Day and things going on. I didn't have much time this weekend to finish them up. I'm about halfway finished with the sets. So actually, I take that back. I'm probably more like 3/4 of the way finished with the sets because I already have most of the extra things cut. So I really just like a few more sewn pieces to add to it. But don't y'all give up on me. I'll get them ready. And once I get them ready, I will let you know. I will let you know on my Telegram and my Messenger broadcast channel. That's how I will tell you first that they are going to be posted. There will only be 40 of them. Hi, Melanie, Lori. I'm drying it because I need that paint underneath to be really dry before I start smoothing it out. We do have another crafter getting ready to start her live show here in just a few minutes. Every 45 minutes, a new live show starts in the Craft Around the Clock group. And then we usually end around, it's usually around 10 o'clock Central Time at night. But if you come in and you want to watch live, video replays overnight, or maybe you've missed someone that you've seen on the schedule and you missed them, you want to find their video, you can click the featured button in the top of the group and it will show you all of today's video replays. Okay. I want to make sure that it's all dry. Okay, now you could take a paper towel to this step. I just kind of like to use my fingertips, honestly. And I'm just going to smooth it down, and it will knock a lot of that cinnamon off for you, okay? Now, if you're getting any spot where your paint's not dry, be careful. The cinnamon will stick to the places that it had wet paint to grab onto. I'm going to knock all the extra off. And there is our faux rusted tin lid. Okay. My alarm is going off. It says, time's up, lady. Time is up. Okay. That is box number 1. Now here's my little dilemma with this. I want a little bit of this rusty appearance on my fabric. So probably what I'm going to do, I still have some wet spots where that coffee podge has soaked into my fabric. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of that cinnamon on my fingertips, and I'm just going to rub it and give it that powdery, rusty look on top of some of that fabric. I'm going to do that all the way around in just certain spots, okay? I don't want to do it all over because it wouldn't look realistic, right? So I'm going to just stick it around in some of those little areas where that fabric is still damp. Yes, that's that's going to be the perfect finishing touch. Join me Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. We will finish the next 2 pieces to this sweet little primitive stacked round box set, and I'll see you then. Love you all. I'll see you soon. Bye. And bye, YouTube. Let's end it. There we go. Thanks for joining me today.